And people tell you all the time, you still going to those meetings? Here's what I say to those people. Are you still going to your job? Probably. So you're going to show up and you're going to get that spaced repetition. Because we know this, guys. You know, practice makes. And that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. No, it does. I'll give you an example. Like the first time I went to play golf, I'd go to the driving range and I hit this one. Boom, my first ball. And I'm looking for it. I was like, did you see where it went? My buddy's like, yeah, it's over there, bud. No, it's not. I keep hitting the ball, smacking it, and it keeps going over there. So here's my experience in prepaid legal services. What's going on for me is I'm hitting the ball, and I'm trying to hit it this way, and the ball keeps going over here and over here and over here and over here and over here. Here's what I found out after a short period of time. Practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent. And what drives me insane is why I see people get started in this business, think they know how to do it, and continue doing something over and over and over and become really good at doing something that doesn't work. And so to get those slight edge, those slight tweaks, those adjustments in your business, okay, those finishing touches, and a lot of times, here's what I found out. It's just a little flick of the wrist. It's one word. It's one thing to add to your vocabulary that can take you from hitting the ball this direction to hitting it down the straight, the fairway every single time. And so what you're going to do is you're going to get those tweaks along the way through that spaced repetition. But here's the thing. Anything in life worth doing is worth doing poorly in the beginning. You're going to be bad before you're good. Anything in life worth doing is worth doing bad at first. Because success comes from good judgment. You must have that. But good judgment usually comes from experience. And experience generally comes from bad judgment. So in other words, you usually have to fail your way forward to the top in this business. And that's every story you hear up here. Every person that crosses the stage, it sounds a little like this. I got started, I messed it all up, now I make 6 figures a year from home. That's basically how they go. And so you're going to run across a lot of interesting things on this journey. But here's the biggest challenge for most people along this process. Because instead of getting 20 years of experience, they usually get 1 year of experience 20 times. And here's why. It looks something like this. Okay? Let's say this is a cafeteria. Okay? Everyone draw this diagram in your notes. This is a good cafeteria. Okay? And this is the line. And this is the front of the line. Let's say this is the $100,000 ring. Okay? All right? Now, how many of you guys want the $100,000 ring? Yes? Okay? 20 of you. Good. Okay? Talking to you. Now, here's the thing. If I want to be at the front of the line, where must I start? The back of the line. Now, here's the two things I know for sure about the people at the front of the line. Number one, they got in line. Number two, they stayed in line. But what most people do is they start at the back of the line and they get so impatient because we live in such a fast food society. We want everything now, instant, you know? And so what happens is they stand at the back of the line and they get frustrated because like, God, this isn't fast enough. There must be a faster way. And all of a sudden they start looking for shorter lines. So they get out of line and go look for a shorter line. And they get in the back of another line and go, wow, this one is not any faster than the one I was in. And then they come back to the original line and go, holy cow, I was in front of that guy up there. But they have to start again where? At the back of the line. So if you can look at this at the Elmo, here's what most people spend their whole life doing. They start, they come up, they get out, they come back, they start, they come out, they get back. This is how most people spend their entire life in prepaid legal. Because what they're doing is they're jumping in and out of the system. Now, here's the thing. Those 5 years, what's the system in prepaid legal services? Like I told you, it's T&E, tools and events. This is the system. You stay inside this. Remember, this is happy. Happy place. Happy. Okay? And so when you're going through this process, just don't let perfect get in the way of possible. Because you're going to run across all kinds of things that you can't control. But here's what I found out. When your mind's been expanded, it can never go back. And I'm reminded of Alexander the Great. How many of you guys know Alexander the Great? Yes? One of the greatest leaders and conquerors of our time, of history. And one of his untold stories is Alexander the Great stood on top of the hill and watched his army being slaughtered. And he realized that all seemed to be lost. And he looked at his bugle boy and he said, Bugle boy, our men are dying. There's no way we're going to win this battle. We must turn back. Sound the retreat. And he looks back over the army to seeing this continual beating. But he doesn't hear the retreat. And he turns back to his bugle boy. He says, Bugle boy, our men are dying. You must sound the retreat. And Alexander looks back over his army. He's watching as anticipation as things continue to go in the wrong direction. But what happens is he doesn't hear the retreat. And now he's frustrated, and he turns back to his bugle boy. Bugle boy, I've ordered you 2 times now to sound the retreat. Why have you not sounded the retreat? And the bugle boy looks back at Alexander the Great and says, sir, with all due respect, when I learned I'd be following you into battle, I never learned how to sound a retreat. And Alexander the Great looks at the bugle boy and he says, if we can't go back, then we must go. And if you don't know how to sound a retreat, then you sound the charge louder than you ever have in your entire life. And that bugle boy sounded the charge with more enthusiasm and more vigor than ever, because he knew if his soldiers did not hear it and ignite from it, that all would be lost. And so in hearing that, they stepped up their game, because in hearing that, they knew there was no going back. And when there was no going back, failure was not an option. And when failure is not an option, success is. So why do you tell yourself anything different? They went on to win that battle to become the greatest victory of his career. And so on this journey, you're going to run across interesting things. And I want to share with you just a minute of my journey here. If we can go to the slides real quickly. As life for me would never be the same again. Here's where prepaid legal started for me. Okay? This is my apartment where I started. I signed up on that coffee table. I was teaching dance classes. Yes, I am the only white guy that's doing a hip-hop company. Yes. Okay? All right? So here's what's interesting. Here's me dancing. Okay? This is where I was on stage as well. And this is my brother, a big reason why I was doing prepaid legal services, being able to coach his sports, being able to spend time with him. It was such an important part of prepaid legal services for me. Okay? This is my first private business reception where half of those people got started and half of them quit. They got out of line. Here's what I found out. Age wrinkles your skin, quitting wrinkles your soul. This was my first convention, my manager tag. That was the winter formal, the suit I wore to winter formal in high school because it was the only dress clothes I had. I went and bought my first suit because of prepaid legal. And I met Harlan Stonecipher with rolled up slacks because I didn't get them tailored because I didn't know any better. This is how I started prepaid legal services, guys. This was my journey. Went to my next convention as a director. I was excited. Here in Las Vegas as a director. And we continued moving forward, you know. Because if we couldn't go back, we must go forward. Here's me as an executive director. I keep showing up. I keep showing up. I stay in line. I met Jeff Olson at the executive director banquet. I'd listened to the CD so many times. I went up to him and was like, hey, Jeff. He's like, I don't know you. I thought I knew him. When I bought one of the cars that I always wanted to get, met people like Mr. Chris Hughes, $100,000, $200,000, Mr. Michael Humes. I got a chance to associate with quality people like Mr. Josh Denny. I got a chance to hang out with people like Mr. Dave Hall. I got a chance to spend time with Mr. Mark Smith. I got a chance to hang out with the Malats and Miss Broughton and incredible leaders. I got a chance to spend time with incredible people, recruit people better than me. As a result of that, my income exploded. Free company, trips. I got a chance to travel the world doing what I love to do, visiting Rome, getting deposits from prepaid legal. Got a chance to be in Barcelona, in Big Ben. I got a chance to spend some time in the churches of Barcelona, getting deposits from prepaid, the beaches of Portugal, getting deposits from prepaid legal services. I had a chance to spend some time in Fiji, getting deposits from prepaid legal services while I was gone. Doing all this while I loved everything, loving every minute of it. Getting a chance to spend quality time doing community service work, painting a school for the Fijian children out there that had no way to be able to afford it. And if it wasn't for us coming into town, we had people. This is some of this looks fake. You know, all expense paid trips where I was able to take people for real fast food in Mexico, the real Taco Bell. Okay, you know. Renting quads and going to hidden caverns and amazing churches. Getting a chance to spend time, you know, on free company trips. You know, cruises all around the world. We're sober. Okay? All right. So, 7 Mile Beach in the Grand Caymans. $2 million condos. Having fun with great people. You can see Josh Denny's pissed because Brian Carruthers has all his poker chips. You know. You know. Snorkeling off of the Bahamas. Okay? Mr. Darnell self hanging out in the Grand Cayman Islands. Getting paid daily anywhere. Amazing, amazing situations where prepaid legal people got the chance to use it. You know, I mean, it was an unbelievable experience spending time with Mr. Paul J. Meyer. Oh my God, guys. You know, Frank and Teresa Coyne, no wonder they're doing so well. Look at their library. Look at what they're putting in their brain. Had a chance to spend some time with them. You know, the Somervilles. You know, we got the Patrick Shaw and Julie Shaw. You know, private catered dinners on the beaches of the world. Because of prepaid legal services, the beaches of Hawaii. You know, one of the things I never anticipated prepaid legal services bringing me was at an event in Chicago. And I met a woman there that, you know, caught my attention, and I knew I was going to marry her. She just didn't know it. And so prepaid legal brought me one of the most important people in my life, my fiance, Patty. I love you. Thank you so much for everything that you've given me in my life. And just unbelievable. And so, click, click, click. I'm trying to go faster, guys. This is not clicking. Oh, we went to Giovanni's Shrimp Trunk. I left my mark there because you can write stuff, make more money, call me, you know. Getting a chance to spend time with the turtles, getting a chance to spend time with the whales out there, getting a chance to spend time with the dolphins. On Norm, I love you. Thank you for that opportunity to spend some time, in incredible places, traveling the world, having fun, getting deposits from prepaid legal services every single day, and it's unbelievable. Cancun, Mexico, all expense paid trips. You gotta be in Punta Cana. We are gangsters. Dubai, the only 7-star resort in the world. This is my room in Dubai. That's the bathroom, guys. Only skiing in the mall, in the desert of Dubai, in the Middle East, okay? Unbelievable experience. Skydiving, getting a chance to spend time. My mom, who got started in the business, went executive director. The black and gold banquets, you got to get there. Meeting people like Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, these people changed my life. They asked me to dream again, and I trust it. Here's the thing, okay? We will not betray your trust. You can dream here. It's safe to dream in prepaid legal services. And so I started making these dream boards, and I started making them, and things started becoming true. And I didn't even know where things were coming from. And that's where I grew up, in a trailer. And I moved from the trailer to Las Vegas at the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino, right here, a few years ago, receiving the 6-figure ring. And here's what I would ask you. Why not you? Why not you? Tell me why you can't do this. And be careful, because if you fight for your limitations, we might just let you keep them. And when you make it to the top of your mountain, it may not be easy, but it'll be worth it. Because when you stand up there and you can say, oh my God, I did it. God, I did it. Dad, I did it. Mom, I did it. Team, we did it. I stand up here and you can look down and say, look, it wasn't easy. I might have tripped. I might have fallen. I might have stumbled. I might have got scratched. I might have got kicked. I might have got down. But when I got down, I got back up again because I knew where I was going. I knew where I was going. I knew it because I knew for sure that if I can't go back, I must go. And if you must go forward, failure is not. And if failure is not an option, success is. Prepaid Legal, your ring is waiting for you. Come and claim it.